All right, we are live. Very early, but that's fine. Well, I think people will live. It's probably a good thing, actually.
Hello, EU viewers. All of you that are so faithfully waiting with bated breath.
Those who don't exist.
I mean, maybe. I don't want to insult the one or two dudes that do. Dudes and dudettes.
Yeah. Hi.
Dudes, gender non-specific.
Welcome to this thing. We don't even know if it's gonna work because we did a bunch of software update stuff between
Yeah,
our
this
last
might
show.
be like technical difficulties. The stream.
Well, if it is, we end up doing what we usually do, which is we'll bail on the stream, which is a bummer for y'all, but our priority is to get reps in because, as you can see, we don't get that many. But yeah, let's do a full briefing. Hello, pilots. It is, oh God, it's August 18th.
I know,
2026
right?
at 1:08 p.m. Eastern
Where did
Time.
summer go?
I have no idea, dude. We are doing a shite. I hope not.
It might be.
We're doing a show at Adana for the Love Weather Briefing.
Yeah, so we are still doing no fancy weather yet, but we're right on the edge of it, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, weather is clear, winds are calm. We got a cloud layer few at 12,000, temperature 20, dew point 0, altimeter 292 for a field altimeter setting of 29085.
All right, 2985. We'll be splitting out of chocks to line up and wait for 2 tree and 0 fife for individual takeoff maneuvers, followed by the opposing knife edge, followed by the rest of the show as briefed. I'm pretty sure we didn't make any significant adjustments based on the last show.
No, the last show was decent. It's just a long time ago, so
I'm gonna
like
remember
sitting
to
here
not
thinking.
have to. I'm gonna add the power that we need in the Fortis to make sure we don't hit the ground. That's my major note from last time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if it throws off the way it looks, I'm doing it for safety. Apologies.
yeah. I
Yeah,
guess the section loop into the loop break cross. I'm sorry on the front end, but I think we're going to have to start maneuvering to the right early, like we did last time, like as we're coming
yeah,
down the loop. So just anticipate that. I'm going to roll into you
yep.
slowly as we're coming down the hill, so that way we don't climb as much in that turn. And then the roll left back will be more. Will be. I'm trying. I'm going to try and do that quicker
Yeah.
than I have been because you keep telling me that you think I'm going to roll more quickly than I do. So
Just give me like a coming left, coming further left, coming further
yeah,
left. As you could just
yeah,
start adding the crank on. I should be able to keep
yeah.
up. I mean, I quite frankly, you can probably start it at a fairly rapid rate too. But
Yeah, that's
I know that after flying smooth lead for a while, it's hard to do that kind of quick
yeah.
formation lead stuff. But you know,
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. But the intention is to roll more quickly and to,
yeah.
to get back
It's funny.
to it so it's a flatter turn.
I think this exit is where they initially learned how to do the head-on exit because it's the same thing. It's a slow bank right. It's a climb and slow bank right, followed by a very quick bank left to set up uh, for the Diamond 360. So, yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean, I assume they probably did a Diamond 360.
yeah. And they also did the opposing head-on, which, if we get to do remote shows, has a cool adjustment to it.
All right.
um,
I don't remember what that is, but
I
we'll
do.
figure that out
It's
later. I
really
don't want
fun.
that
We'll talk about it
in
later.
my brain right now.
All right. Okay. If there's nothing else, we'll see what happens when I try and get everything running.
Yeah. Same here, dude.
All right, BrotherLeb. I'm going to ready break. Let's switch inputs. See you all on the flip side. BrotherLeb, you got me?
Lima Charlie.
Lima Charlie on you as well.
Great.
Nice.
Hopefully it all works.
Yep. We'll find out. Oh, I didn't clear my FXO meta shaders. Damn it.
Ah, yeah, do that.
Too late. I'll live. I'll just be able to
My
check.
load times this particular iteration of the DCS patch cycle has been really long. I don't know about you, but like depending on which patch it is, sometimes they're quick and sometimes they're long. And it's not the same as everybody else. It's not like everybody has like sometimes your load times are longer than mine. Right now, I'm like 3 to 5 minute load times on a given DCS thing,
That's crazy.
which is really long.
Mine
Yeah.
are fine. Well, so given that you have that going on, I'm going to exit and clear my FXO meta.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
All right. Let's just check OVGME and make sure I got everything installed. I don't, in fact. I don't have my updated smoke trail installed because I uninstalled that
Yep.
for our thingy. Okay, well that's good. I'm glad I checked that. Easiest way to do this is through Atmos X.
Yep. That's so much faster. Click a button and it's done.
288 files gone. Okay. Good, my microphone's working, Discord's still working. So
The IP that this server will be is the same as what you had for.
I knew that coming in. So
All right, I'm starting a server.
All right, I'm loading DCS for the first time with my new meta shaders.
Catch you in a few minutes.
Yep.
Dude, I was when I was testing, I decided, well, let's just load Syria because we're gonna need to anyway.
Yeah.
And so I was doing a free flight in the F-18 on Syria. And that map looks so good right now. Like it looks so good. It's like a different video game, dude. Like because then I did F-14 on the Caucasus just to like keep the loading times and the overall CPU load down. And it's a different game.
Yeah, I know.
It looks it's like this, like Syria. Some of the textures on like some of like the rock faces and cliffs look really good. And
Ugra's got
stuff. It's like it looks so good. Oh, I was like, why can we not do that on all the maps? Oh my gosh.
We might be. We might limit ourselves to Syria only for a while with the A4.
I mean, it just looks freaking amazing, man.
Yeah, I know.
Also, they had it in a low light condition on the free flight, which you know, sort of like a morning time. But even like, I'm just chilling here, waiting for you to get alerted up and like looking around, and like
so good.
It looks really, really good, man.
Yeah. All right.
This looks like early squad level graphics on the ground.
Yeah, back in the days before their weirdness.
4 times.
All right. Have to remember the password. Oh, about that game.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Server offline. What?
Shouldn't be.
What's the port?
Well,
just okay. Does it have a 3 in it?
I'll get there. The port does not.
No.
Port should not.
Oh shoot. Okay, that's fine. I'll get it. Don't worry about it. That's on me.
Okay. I trust you.
It's because
it was... Oh, the port does have a 3 in it. Yeah.
Ah, well, it wasn't that 3. I got it.
It's the one.
Yeah, I got it.
You know where
We're good.
It lives, right?
Yep, I know where it lives. Just reduce the cryptographic intensity by a factor of 9, but that's okay.
Oh, that's wrong.
In case y'all are going to take a look, no, it is not listed in the multiplayer server list.
Nope.
So don't waste your time.
Not a public server. Oh, whoa. That's kind of fun. I can see the LOD model is different on your chief than on my chief because he's like 10 feet from me versus
Yep,
30 or 40.
because of the VR settings that we have. One of the things that
Uh-huh.
we're not going to be clicking in that new Atmos X build is the extended view distance.
No, I don't need that.
But it's really cool that flat panel performance has gotten to the point where you can check that box.
Yeah.
Like, where he even considered building that in.
Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
because I
That means
remember back in
DCS
the
came a
day,
long way. It
I
was
remember back in
hot
the day,
and
flat
slow.
panel couldn't hit 60 FPS at 1080p.
Jeez.
But then multi-threading came out, and then they've done a bunch of other improvements. I mean, DCS is so much more performant now. My hope is that in the next 14 BU update, that they will do a performance pass. They usually
I hope so.
do.
Because
They
the
usually
BU is so fun to fly, but when it's chunky, it's a lot less fun. Though it's interesting because it's got a fancy HUD and everything, so you kind of like
Yeah.
think about it in terms of like it's a FCS jet, but it's not. And you still got to trim. You're just trimming constantly.
Yep. All right, I'm in.
All right, I see you.
What's up? Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, stream. Hey, look, there's 2 of us. It all worked. That's a freaking miracle.
Yay!
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to fly.
All right, let's unpause in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Let's see if I remember how to do all this.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it? 6 X-ray?
6 X-ray. Yeah.
You know, we complain a lot about this mod. We actually don't. We just have critiques. It's really good.
No, it's great, especially for a free mod. Like you can purchase. I don't know if people listen to this, but like you don't have to buy DCS. It's free. You get DCS, you download it, and you install this free mod, and you can do a ton.
You could
of
do
stuff.
this. Well, not on this map, but like you could do it on Caucasus.
Yeah, you can do it on Caucasus. You could do it on Marianas.
Yeah, you guys could do what we're doing right now. Just yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I have a checklist that we run through later. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm set and ready to roll.
Alrighty. Stand by for ground power.
Sure.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Good.
Copy.
All right.
Ground power is now on.
And stand by for start.
Chariot.
Start at 3, 2, 1, mark. Stand by ignition.
Chariot.
In 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Good light off.
Good light off. Stand by for idle.
Chariot.
In 3, 2, 1, going idle.
Gonna need this kneeboard today.
Yeah. And stand by the ground power.
Chariot.
Ground power off in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Chief, turn off the ground power.
Stand by the stabs.
Chariot.
Or slats. 3, 2, 1, slats.
Good
Good
slats.
slats.
Ground power is
Whew,
now
excuse me.
on.
And stand by the canopy.
Chariot.
In 3, 2, 1, canopy.
Nice. Chariot's up tree com 1. Oh no, I'm not. Chariot's up tree com 1.
Lip up tree, com.
Chariot's up guard com 2.
Labs up guard.
Takeoff checks.
Lab.
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 136, unfortunately. Check your altimeter set. 2985 for a corrected center pane elevation of 0 feet. Check your smoke station is armed. Check your master arm is on. Check your lights are on. Check your stabog is on. Check your fuel seat armed lights out.
Lab.
Go for ammo briefing.
Right. In a minute. Alright, good afternoon, Chariot. Updated winds are calm. We've got few clouds at 12,000. Temperature 20, dew point 0, altimeter 29 or 9 or 2 for a corrected altimeter of 29 or 85 for field elevation 0 feet and density altitude 82 feet. You're cleared to taxi left out of Chalks. Hold shore 2 tree.
Thanks, Lab. Clear to taxi. Hold short 2 tree.
Left.
Solo, so we're clear to taxi. Check our brake wings off. Chariot sparring up to 70%. Off. Brakes now. What parking brake?
Yeah, same.
Chariots, come off. See ya.
Left.
Solo, switching 8 com 1. Chariots up 8 com 1.
Left's up 8, calm 1.
Chariot 2985 set 0 feet. Barrel out.
Left 29 or 85, 0 feet barrel.
Stand by the flaps. Flaps. Check your flaps up. Chariots flaps down. 3, 2, 1, 1 degree up. Barrel out.
Left flaps up, 1 degree up, barrel up.
I can already tell you this is going to be a rough one.
Europe.
My muscle memory has disappeared for the throttle.
Same. Just don't get in your own head about it. We'll see how it goes.
Chariot's holding short 2 tree.
Left's passing Charlie. Alright, let's roll in Delta Chariot. Roll it for Adana.
Chariot. Airbus. Solo's taking runway for immediate takeoff. Chariot's lining up 2 tree.
Let's hold short 0, fight.
Safety, Lab. Safety. Chariot's rolling. Airspeed's alive.
See ya. Cheers, clear. Oof.
Ready. What's on top 6-2?
Chariot. Continue.
Stand by.
It's gonna go really badly, I think.
Smoke.
Chariot's clear, 4.5. Behind the crowd, setting up the opposing knife edge.
Leb, clearing 1 mile.
Over near beam. Over here, take a mark. Stand by, mark it. Chart stand for the left knife edge.
Left and left. 10 seconds. Mark hair behind 400. We'll mark 390.
On time. Smoke on. Contacts off. Ready, hit it! First layer. Is full. Rolling out. Clear and clear on the crowd for the opposing inverted. Lower air beam. Alright, take it back. Stand by, mark it. Chart stand for the right inverted.
Mark on time 395. Mark 395. Mark 402.
Ready, hit it! Smoke on. Kinda going good. Stand by, roll. Smoke off. Church rolling out. Church clear and clear by the crowd for the opposing limit. I'm ready, beam. There, take a mark. Stand by, mark it. Turn stand for the left of it. Half roll up.
10 seconds. Mark a little ahead for him. It's 3 miles. Mark 395. Again, miles. Mark for him.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact added up. Ready, hit it. Push. And 45. And vertical 5-0. And 45. Horizon 996 power sidle contact. And set. Ready, hit it. 1, 2. Cheers clear. Comes the pull. Smoke off. Cheers clear. Is pull. Rolling out. Cheers clear and clear above the ground for the forest. Coming right. Hooks come down. 350 ease and power.
Contact.
325 ease and more power. Rolling out some bank. Ease and more power. 300. Ease and pull. Rolling out. Soldiers on the ground. Setting up the Fortis. Check your leg lights on.
You'll have 2.
Chariot 275. Adding power. $270 power set. A little pull to level, adding more power. 260. We're coming right. Coming for the right. Comes the pull, adding power. A little more pull. Or right hand turn for the Fortis. Is in the pull. Is in the pull. Rolling out the Fortis. Inboard, outboard. Trace out, rolling in.
Clear.
Stand by the gear. Gear. Adding power. Power sets. We're inboard, 100 low. We're coming right. Comes the pull. Adding power. Stand by the gear. Gear. Hook. Church rolling out.
Clear.
We're rolling out. Souls on the ground. Send up the Campy.
Left.
Adding power to 90. It's gonna be a flat turn, Leb.
Left.
Ease and some pull. We're coming right. Coming for the right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Right hand turn for the canopy to canopy.
Left.
Ease in the pull. We're rolling out the canopy to canopy. A little pull. Ease in the pull. Chariot set and rolling in. Smoke on. Up. We go a little more pull. Okay. A little more pull. Ease in the pull. Smoke off. Church rolling out. We're coming back right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Right hand turn for the section crossover.
Left.
A little further right. Ease and power. Comes the pull. Roll it out. We're gonna have to come back left.
Left.
A little more pull. Ease in the pull. Coming back left. A little pull. Ease in the pull. Roll out. Go ladder rest. Smoke on. The canopy to canopy. 400. Ready. Hit it. Ease pull. Roll it out. Pull to 80. Stand by, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. Church leader, pull to the horizon. Smoke off. Church clear. Church leader, I'm clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing 4-point.
Left.
Sorry about that.
Not a problem. 3 miles more. 3.5. 4 miles.
I'm gonna beam.
A beam.
I'm gonna take a mark.
Take it.
Stand by, mark it. Church in for the rightful point.
Headed right. 10 seconds. Mark here behind at 3.9. 3 miles. Mark 3. Correct 4. 2 miles. Mark 400.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Smoke off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure, sir. East full. Rolling up. Chase clear and clear by the crowd for the slow roll.
We're clear right for the slow roll. Left arc 3 for the slow roll. Let's turn in 3 miles for the slow roll.
Don't get in your head. Stay out of it. You're here. You're good.
Left in for the slow roll. Ready. Slow. Smoke on.
Chariot's clear ahead. 5.5, 350, circling behind the crowd for the line breast loop. 350, adding power to 90. $375, 45 to go. $400. Chariot, adding power to 92, 410, ease in the pole, rolling out the line of breast loop. Smoke on, up we go, a little more pull. Vertical 5-9. Ease and some pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. Ease and some pull. Up we go. Chariot attach. Chariot attach, boss.
Base cleared.
Chariot's over the top 8-9 for the solo 8-point.
Contact. Lips clear time.
Chariot. Chariot's in for the solo 8-point. Ready, hit it! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Smoke off. Chariot clear. Is pull. Rolling out. Chariot clear and climb on the ground for the opposing horizontal rolls. Is pull. Rolling out. Chariot clear. 2.5. $3.5. 4 miles per hour. Coming in your beam.
Beam.
Alright, take a break.
Take it.
Stand by, market. Chariot's in for the left rolls.
The left horizontal rolls might be a little. 10 seconds. Mark quarter behind. 4.
3 rolls, Leb.
3 roll. 3 miles mark 1. Miles mark 1.
Smoke on. Contact. Ready, hit it! 1, 2, 3. Sure, sir. Clear and clear on the crowd for the opposing invert to invert.
Leb. Coming left for the inverted 3.
Contact.
350. Ease the pole and roll and out 340 adding power. 350. Left 350 coming further left. Comes the pole adding power set 90, power set 90 coming further left. A little more pull. A little more pull. So it's going left hand turn for the inverted.
Chariot, you got 2 Leb.
Leb, a little more pull. Ease in the pull. And roll and out little drive. Ready. Smoke on. Little out forward check. A little more drive. Little drive. Ready.
Sure, sir.
Coming further up, a little pull, more pull, smoke.
Okay.
More pull. And we're clear behind pad for the section roll.
Chariot, you'll have 2 Leb.
Left. Ease in the pull and roll and out. Power set 90. Sorry about that underroll. We're coming back left. Coming further left comes the pole. More pole. Ease in the pole. Coming further left. Comes the pole. A little further left and a little more pole. Ease in the pole and roll and out the section. Roll. Smoke. And we go ease in a little. Okay. We're rolling through a little pole. A little further left. Souls are coming left for the fleur de lis. A little further left.
Chariot. Pretty good.
The pull, a little more pull. Ease in the pull. Ease in more pull and rolling out. The fleur de lis.
Sure.
And up we go. Ready?
Ready, roll.
Clear.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Is pull, rolling out. Chairs clear and clear on the ground for the opposing, for the section dirty loop.
Got it.
Alright. Not terrible. Four miles mark, idle, turrets turning in for the dirty loop. And turrets rolling out, 4 miles, dirty loop on the runway. 3.5. 3 miles mark, 260. 2.5. 2 miles mark. Smoke on gear. Add it up. Up we go. A little more pull. Vertical 2-3. Ease the pull. Stand by the boards. Boards. Comes the pull. A little more. Boards. Ease the pull. Contact. Sure, sir.
Ease in the hole and rolling out. 300. Come back right. Adding power set 9300.
You got too low.
Coming further right. A little more pull. Ease a little pull, a little further right. Slows in a right-hand turn for the section loop.
Try it.
A little further right, little pull. Adding a little power. Ease in the pull. Rolling out the section loop. Little slow. Smoke on. Up we go. A little more pull. Even more pull. Vertical 5-0. Ease and pull, easing power. Easing more pull and power. Stand by the boards. Comes the pull. A little more more pull. Stand by, dot boards forward. Ease in a little pull. Come in right. Ease and more pull a little further right. We're coming back left smoke off. Don't to the left hand turn, but loop right crossbox 200 coming left, little pull.
Chariot 350.
Power's at 90, a little further left and a little more pull.
I'm so behind the power curve. Oh.
Even more pull.
Clear,
We're outboard to inboard, Chariot. See how this goes. Ease in the pull and rolling out. Pretty outboard to inboard. Up we go. A little more pull. Even more pull. 5.1. A little more. Pull. Ready, right, quarter mile right. Smoke. And 1 mile, 400. 1.5 mark 400. 2 miles mark 400. 2.5 mark 500. 3 miles mark up we go. And 4G mark. Vertical 40. 8 out. Horizon now 8.6 power. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Rolling it. Little 3 miles mark. Level. 2.5 mark 420. 2 miles mark 410. 1.5 mark 400. 1 mile mark 400. Half mile mark 400. Smoke.
Cheers, clear. Cheers, clear, and clearing in front of the crowd for the section tugaway break 380. $350.
Contact.
3 miles. Coming left comes the pole 340, adding power to 90. 340, a little more pull. A little more pull. We're in left-hand turn for the section tugaway break 300. 300. Ease and some pull. 325.
Left.
Trips. Ease in the pull. Roll up. The the section. Takeaway brake. Ease in the pull to level. Adding a little power. Smoke on. A little pull. Ready, hit it. Pull. Ease pull. Rolling out. Smoke off. Coming right. Comes the pull. Ease pull. Rolling out. Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the section flat pass. $400. 3 miles mark. 3.5. 4 miles mark. Pearl Sorry coming right for the section flat pass. Ease in the pull. Rolling out 300. The section flat pass. Power set 80. 300. Chariot. Smoke on. We're in for the section flat pass.
Okay.
Center point. Coming right. Easing power. Easing more power. Comes the pull. Smoke off. A little more pull. Pulling out a little back. Easing some pull and rolling out. Stand by the flaps, flaps. Easing the pull, adding power. Trim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, adding a little more power. Power set 80. Trim 1, 2. Ease and some pull. We're coming back right. Stand by the gear. A little pull. Right hand turn for the section landing. Rolling out a little back. Easing some pull. Easing more pull. Easing a little power. Coming further right. A little pull. A little more pull. And we're rolling out the section landing. Easing the pull. Easing more pull. A little pull, check your slats. Stand by the boards. Boards. A little brakes. See brakes. Off brakes now. Stand by the boards. Boards. Chariots coming left, give me 2 and trail. Stand by the flaps. Flaps. Stand by the spoilers and spoilers. We're coming left, control the right wing.
Left.
Nice flight, Leb.
Nice flight, Jerry. Landing light.
Stand by the landing light now. Believe it or not, I saw some improvement in some things.
Same. And some other thing.
Yeah, it's just rust in my opinion.
Yeah.
Using a little power. BrotherLeb, go clear.
Left is clear.
We're coming right, no power. We're coming left, no power. Stand by, right turn from parking. Okay. Little brakes. Easy brakes, 10 feet. Little brakes. Brakes. Stand by canopy and engines.
Leb.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. And that's a show.
That is a show.
All right, let's hop out and debrief it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Check, check, 1, 2, BrotherLeb, you got me?
Loud and clear.
Alright, great. Oh. Aside from me having to relearn how to fly, that went pretty well. In my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too.
Nothing was terrible.
Had a couple of safeties, but yeah, nothing
Uh,
too bad.
let's shut you down. Having this issue with my launcher where the first time I go into the settings menu, it doesn't actually let me change the settings.
That's kind of weird.
And if I just click to a different page and then come back, it's fine.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird.
Funky.
Very funky.
The funky monkey chunky.
Alright. Alright, let's roll the debrief. That was a show at Adana. Major safeties. My major safety was I got us too low on the canopy to canopy roll. And also I crossed over your flight path multiple times in the section loop.
Yeah, I had a safety on the loop break cross where the lineup was really bad. We ended up correcting over the top, but we were also pretty far right, and so that's probably should have just no maneuvered that, but I didn't wanna, so I did it anyway, which is safety. And then I also was underneath your wing on the section landing, and you landed on top of me. So that was my mistake, and I'll fix my safety just for next time. Glad to be here.
Alright, nothing to say about the taxi.
Same. The taxi was perfectly fine.
Alright, section takeoff maneuver. This was very safe and high, which was totally fine. I was still learning how to fly the jet, so it's not crispy or snappy or anything like that. It was just kind of a maneuver.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give myself a C minus.
Yeah, this one was a yeah, again, kind of keeping margins for safety because we haven't flown for a bit, but I'd say this is probably a C plus actually. Not a lot to mention about this one.
Looks pretty good.
I think I think it's actually gonna look pretty good, but I didn't feel like I was on top of it, so only C plus.
Yep. All right. Knife edge. Timings were okay. We were gonna hit one left. My yug wasn't quite enough, and then I had to add more rudder in to compensate, so that wasn't ideal. And then my roll behind crowd was hot trash, and my clears were hot trash. C minus.
Let's see. Inbounds were all right. think I might be a little bit high on the hit and overrolled the clear, or the end of the maneuver. This is a C.
All right, inverted. My roll to inverted was extremely slow. For my standards, and very sloppy. But once we got inverted, it was nice. My roll behind crow was actually quite good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have the right plane aspect to the crowd. And yeah, so I'm actually gonna give this one a B.
My roll in was, or overroll for the roll in. I thought might be just a little bit low on the hit. I need to fix that. I just keep trying to get down to your altitude and remember not to do that. And then I got all kind of out of sorts on the roll behind crowd. Like I just kind of forgot what the right inputs were and it was very floppy. So this is a C minus.
All right, Blivet.
I actually matched your rate though, coming
you
behind the
did.
crowd. So that's kind of cool.
Inbounds were fine, but we're gonna hit one right again. Yeah, called the hit at the right time, and then called the up we go at the right time. Did 2 rolls instead of 3, which I remembered that we briefed as we did it. So, I think that's fine, but my mistake here is that I didn't brief that before we flew, so I should have done 3 anyway. Clear behind crowd was fine. I'm gonna give myself a C plus off of this.
Yep. Inbounds, just a little. I keep not bringing in power between. Like I'm having to bring a lot of power in around the corner because I'm not in the right spot, and then having to kind of fix it between 3 and 2. I was kind of misjudging those, and so I was like usually just 5 knots slow at the 3-mile mark, maybe a knot or 2 fast at the 2-mile mark, and maybe just just kind of in a weird spot. So that I think is contributing to why we're one right or left looks like. But yeah, the rest of the maneuver was pretty good. I'm very curious whether I'm going to get anything close to the right sight picture from the ground, because that felt like kind of the right spot in the sky, but I don't know how to judge it yet. Maybe I can spot center point? I don't know. And I did, as I started the roll, I was like, I think there's 3 rolls, and I also remembered to bring in some extra power so I wasn't too slow and floppy. And I think that was a good adjustment, but then I was hauling the mail down the hill. But I'm going to give this one a B overall.
Nice. Fortis, good adjustments from last time. Lined up inboard to outboard as you do. The roll to inverted was sloppy. And a little bit of an overroll. So it kicked me outboard a little bit, and then had to add a little bit of power. But then we were 250 all the way across all the way across center point, and just a little sink, but that's fine. I was very much in control, and then the clear was good. Rollout was a little underrolled. But all in all, good adjustments from last time. I'm gonna give this a B.
Yeah, it took me a while to just find you in the sky, but I was actually able to get in. I was very ginger about making this rejoin happen because it's been a long time since we've done this, but was able to do it, and I was struggling with power settings around the corner. I actually had pretty good sight picture, I think, for the rollout. It was a very gentle rollout, and then I was able to manage stuff. I was really behind over the numbers, but I managed to get up a beam of view for the actual center point hit and managed to stay pretty close for the clear as well. So I'm going to call this one a B as well. I felt like I was hanging on by my fingernails for the whole maneuver, but I think it actually is going to look pretty good. So B.
Nice. All right. So I had us roll out too early behind crowd, so the setup for the canopy to canopy roll was a little flat, but that was okay because I still got us to the right angle. But then because of how flat it was, I had to roll in late, which meant that we went up late. So I added some more pull to compensate. And then I didn't roll us fast enough to compensate for the fact that we had all that pull in. So we got very, very low here. So this is my first safety. F, fix my safeties for next time. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I was kind of already in position, so that felt good. Was just trying to get my sea legs under me with the power settings all the way around the corner. Managed not to lose you when you rolled in, and also didn't get too far ahead, but was like riding the Buck and Bronco on the whole roll, and kind of fell out in the last, 90 degrees of that. So had to smoke off, felt kind of out of sorts. Yeah, so I'm going to call this one a C minus because I don't feel like I did the maneuver correct. I don't know. There's some good things about this. I was in a lot more than I normally am, but there's also aspects of this maneuver that weren't quite right. So yeah, C minus.
Hot damn. My rollout was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. It was so good that I was all ready for you to like overroll and come into me, and I didn't. And so I twitched. You'll see my jet attitude change when you roll out, but I didn't have to because your rollout was really good.
All right. So knowing that we were shallow off of the roll, I went way up to try and give us like a teardrop down into it. For the whatever it was for the crossover. Still wasn't enough, so we had to come back quite a bit left. But we ended up lining up right on, and had enough time to smoke on and make the cross at the right time. So like, I think I made the right adjustments, but I'm paying the price for my crappy setup for the canopy roll. The rest of the maneuver was pretty good. I'm gonna give myself a C. Well, I don't know.
Oh, sorry, that was not reacting to you.
I'm actually gonna give myself a B plus on this because, given the hand that I dealt myself, I think I did a good job. So B plus.
Yeah, I was able to get into formation. It felt like I was flying that pretty well. You called the coming back left. I was like, all right, cool, we can do that. And then, like, I got into kind of a weird power thing when you started to do that, and so was like sort of chasing you. Also, I felt like I was just way back on the stick and really holding that against it. So I trimmed a little bit in the turn, and then when we rolled out, I had to bring it back out. So I actually climbed a bunch, which I just didn't anticipate. And now I know why guys don't like to they'd rather pull an ease pull than any kind of drive with trim and stuff like that, because it feels so hard to catch and wrong. I didn't catch it super well. Also, this one got kind of close to a safety where because we came back left into it, I didn't get a good sense of how close to center point we are. So I'm like, oh, I'm too far back. And I wasn't, but I felt like I was too far back. So I added some power to get closer to you. And I was like, oh, shoot, we're going to overshoot. And then I caught center point out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, I really hope this works out. Because we got real close on this hit. But we didn't hit.
That's probably where we want to eventually get to.
Yeah, but I want to do it when I mean to, rather than like
Be scared.
just like, I hope this works, and like just pray. And then the rest of the maneuver was perfectly fine. This is call it a C minus again. I think again, I want to be on top of that and making deliberate choices rather than sort of just responding.
Yeah.
So C minus.
4 point. I got ahead of you on the outbound, so I had to do some crazy maneuvering to make this work, and then I was still ahead. And then my 4 points were very slow and not crisp, but they were not overbanked or anything like that. And then I also forgot to add power, so I ended up sinking like a rock towards the end. Clear was fine. This is a C minus. Oh, also we hit over center point, so that's pretty sick.
Hey, yeah. My inbounds were fine. There was some stuff that I needed to fix by the 3 and the 2 mile mark. And then my 4 points were just sloppy. I did add power, probably a little bit too much rudder, it looks like, in the first one. And then I was losing a bunch of altitude in the second knife edge, even though I had added a bunch of power. So maybe I didn't have enough rudder. But
did you add any drive inverted?
Yeah, I did. You can see it's flat.
Not on my screen, but
well, mine is pretty flat here. Yeah, maybe I needed a little more drive, so that's probably where it was. And then the rollout from the second knife edge is always floppy, and it was again. So this is a C. Pretty standard stuff. Can be much better, but baseline.
All right.
Slow roll. This one felt pretty good. I'm just going to give this one a solid B, and we'll see how it looks in the tape.
Oh, dude, yeah. That looks really good.
I think I can actually come down a little bit more in the second half of it.
I agree.
It always feels uncomfortable to do that because it actually there's like a point where you like even it feels like you're even driving a little bit to get it to dark. So I just have to get more comfortable with that. But yeah, call this one B. Ship it.
All right, the line abreast loop. 92 is too much power. I need to find an in between. I gotta find a way to get around 420 blaze it power, like speed. If we were at 440, and that just means we're just hauling the mail coming down the hill. We're doing like 500 knots at the bottom, and so that's just too much. So I gotta figure that out. But the maneuver itself was really smooth, good loop shape. It's about 3 right, but I've been left consistently, so this is a good improvement over that. Kickoff was fine. I will say that loop was a little bit left biased. So yeah, I got some work to do, but I'd call this a C.
You called that you were early or something, so I was trying to find you in the sky for a bit. Then I got you, and I was like, I don't know if I can get in with enough time. It was just difficult to figure, but I actually managed to do okay. But I just didn't judge the angles quite well enough to get just tucked right in. So I was chasing you all the way to the up we go, and then was able to actually stabilize it, but it was just a really hard rejoin to make work, and I didn't quite. If I'd come left earlier, I might have done it, but I don't know how I would have known to do that. So I don't know. The rejoin, I still need to work on that. I want to be in and stabilized by at least, mile and a half or so I've got time to, when you start going up the hill, like by the time you smoke on, I want to be in and stabilized, and a lot of times I'm still sort of sucked and chasing you in. So that's a bummer. Got in there, and then I was just kind of chasing, like it was just a bit of yo-yo all the way over the entire loop, and just a little bit behind you on power the whole way. So that will just take more practice, because there's a lot of adjustments that need to happen in order to stay in, and I wasn't able to stay in. There's a part of me that wants, well, I don't know, it ends up just being kind of a diamond loop positioning wise, and getting it to line abreast is going to be challenging. So still working on that. Call this one a C. I think, given the hand I was dealt, C.
I over-yugged the 8-point and then did not roll quick enough, so I'm super crowd right for this, and it's not fast enough, and I'm really high. So this is a D. Moving on to the horizontal rolls. Yeah, we're only doing 3 rolls now, and that was a good call. We're gonna hit 1 left again. And I called the hit too early. So like we're almost done with the maneuver by the time we cross. In fact, you were done with the maneuver by the time we cross. So that's way too early. So had we crossed over center point, I would have called the hit right. But it's so hard to judge distance,
Yep.
Yeah, my 3 rolls were great. My rollout was bang on, and my clear behind crowd was good, but this is a C-.
I misjudged how long it was going to take you to complete and get a beam, and I should have delayed the take your mark call, because I wasn't in position and I didn't have enough speed, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to accelerate fast enough to be on time, and I wasn't. I was like quarter mile behind at the 10-second mark, and was just kind of chasing it all the way in. So I think a large portion of the reason why we're so far crowd left on the hit is because of that setup, which is bad. And then I also rolled too fast. We've talked about having a more like sort of measured roll, still a quick one, but not like I was like not full deflection, but I had this sucker rolling real quick. It's so fast, and so it happened so fast. I was like, oh, it's done. Wow. So yeah, that wasn't ideal either. So this is a C-.
Yeah, another reason to roll
overrolled the clear like crazy.
Another reason to slow it down is because it broke my track file.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like DCS can't keep up. All right. moving on to
inverted,
the, yeah.
inverted, yeah, or
Oh, the
not
inverted
inverted, inverted tugover. So neither of us could remember what this maneuver was called,
Nope.
which is kind of funny because I'm trying to remember like how do I fly this maneuver, and then like dedicating some portion of my brain to like what do I say about this maneuver. So that was kind of funny. But actually, setup was really good. A little more pull than I have done in the past to make the lineup work, but the lineup was really good. We had lots of time to get in there. Roll in was pretty flat. And then we just followed that in, and that was great. The major problem is I under-rolled the clear. I rolled like just basically perfectly flat, and then had to add extra bank. So this is that actually would qualify as a safety, and I'll fix our safeties for next time. Glad to be here. F.
All right. I had tons of time to make the rejoin, which was great. So like I was in by the time we like started, like by the time like about a quarter of the way through the turn, which was really nice. So I had a lot of time to set this up.
Why? That's interesting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
'Cause I feel like I was a little fast coming out of the previous one. Anyway, interesting.
Yeah, Roland was fine. This is my first time flying for him in the whole show, so this is always a party. Especially after I've been gone for 2 weeks. Yeah, but I was in good position and I was pushing up right where I was supposed to be and was line abreast when you called the hit, but I cut too much power. So I need to actually just ease back to like just under 90 and then power up back a little bit above. Like it's crazy because what I need to do is I need to be accelerating up to you when we're and then at the point of the hit be at your speed and then be speeding up a little bit so I can make the rejoin work. There's a whole bunch of throttle nonsense that's going to go on.
Yep.
But anyway, what happened in this one is I sped up. I was line abreast at the 90 at your speed and then just had cut too much power and so dropped like a rock from you as we cleared. So I have 2/3 of it. And I'll get the other third as well as hiding the jet better on the inbound over time. But we're making significant progress here. I'm going to give myself a C.
Section roll. I decided you'd done a flat turn for your roll, and I was like, I'll try a flat turn, and that actually allowed me to kind of sight the field and figure out how I wanted to set up. So I think that setup was good. I didn't actually have enough. I still wasn't far enough crowd right for the start, so we're end up a little bit left on the inverted, but we are inverted over center point. We're just a little bit crowd left on center point. So this is getting better. The angle outbound is a little steep, shallow. What is it? It's more toward away from crowd than it is crowd left. So it needs to be that needs to be a little better. But overall, I think this one's a like B plus. Like I can't think of things that were like horribly wrong with it. There's just more improvement that you could just dial it in better.
I concur. What's your grade? Grade?
Grade B plus.
Yeah. So after that horrible after having to rejoin, I was just like trying to be real gentle with it and kind to myself and give myself a lot of room around the corner. And so I was at a safe delta set the entire time, which is probably smart anyway.
He says, well, he's 24 feet from my jet. Anyway, moving on.
And I freaking nailed it in the roll. Like,
that's awesome.
I made all the right, like, I don't know what it was, but like I got locked in on angels and just like flew the freaking maneuver. Just got a little sucked on the bottom. And had to catch up as we came around the corner. But like, yeah, you led a good maneuver, and it made it a lot easier for me to fly a good maneuver. This was great. This is a B.
The fleur-de-lis. I wasn't sure because I knew that the angle was not right coming out away from crowd, what that was going to give me for the turn, but it actually ended up working okay. I tightened down early enough that we had time to ease it out. We did have to ease out more than I would prefer because I know it's just a lot of adjustment on the y-axis as you're coming out of this, and then you're trying to scoot out to line abreast. So there's some work to be done there. I remembered from previous, and I don't know why I thought this, like I had the brain space to think it, but I remember from previous debriefs that I'm not driving as much, or I was driving way more than you did, so I eased a little drive in this hit, and I think that kind of worked because we ended up being on altitude more, which was better. I overrolled inverted. I think I rolled 3 times, and I'm only supposed to roll twice, so that's a mistake. So this is a C, but there's a lot of things about it that were pretty C minus for that overall. Yeah.
Turn was great. It was just flying decent form, making good power adjustments. The rollout. I mean, given how much pull you had, I knew the rollout was going to be pretty rapid, so I was ready for that. But then I didn't roll out completely and ended up flying into you, almost overlapping wings. So I'm going to call that a safety. This whole thing's going to be an F. Yeah, the push amounts for both of us were good, and I did 2 solid rolls and actually like pancake flat
You got it
on the
flat.
rollout,
Nice.
which was nice.
Yeah.
And then just took our time to clear, which was good. So we didn't clear over the crowd, because if I would have cleared us normal cadence, we would have cleared right over the crowd. But this way we clear safely. So the back half was really good. It's just that not getting the wings flat on the rollout for the maneuver. So yeah, F safety, glad to be here. Moving on to the dirty clean loop. Yeah, I was doing all the right things with the jet, but just didn't have the mental space to. I was aviating before communicating, and the communication kind of like fell out the back side of my brain once I hit 2 miles. So sorry about that. The rest of the maneuver was good. I eased a bunch of pull, and then forgot to put the brakes in, so absolutely bottomed the thing out. Didn't hit the runway, but got real close. I guess it's a safety. It's an F. Glad to be here.
You and me both, buddy. So I did a thing a couple of shows ago where I was like timing it based on where I could see you better. Or like visually, and I lost you in the ground clutter during this, which was a bummer. But I had you through about 3 miles, and so I had a pretty good sense of where you were. And you did call your 2 mile, and then you called your smoke on, and so I'm just getting better at knowing where I need to be in the sky, what kind of speed I need to get in there, and also just what kind of sight picture. So if anything, I feel like I was just a smidge behind because you're like going up the hill by the time I get in there. But then the rest of it, I was basically just like matching you through this loop, which felt really cool. However, I need to bring more pull in over the top, so I'm not making so much of like an ellipse loop, because that means I've got a ton of speed coming down the hill to not lose contact with you, because I added a like military power down the hill, so I would get down there by the time you got down there. And then also because of the way that your boards thing went, I'm flying off of you. It's not your fault, but I was just like, I realized, oh heck, I'm gonna pancake this. So I flattened it out and I got there, but I was like 50 feet off the ground, so that's also a safety F. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and we gotta move this left because it's super right now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go up later.
Works for me. If you had gone up later, I probably would have gone up with you more than what ended up actually happening. So.
All right, section loop.
Section loop. So I was like, because I had so much smash coming down the hill, I was idle, and then I was able to slow the jet down a lot for the clear from the dirty clean loop, and so I was really, really slow, which I'm sure was nice for you to get in. But then it was like, how are we going to get enough power to make this happen? And then the turn felt weird. It was very arcing, so we didn't get lined up until the last minute, and I want to be pointed and ready to go. So I delayed the start of the maneuver to get more speed.
We've got
which I
so
think was
much
the right
smash,
call.
dude.
I mean, I want 450 going up the hill.
We're there.
So we got there, but when we were crossing the numbers, we were at like 400. Now we're probably doing 420, 430. So maybe I didn't have as much of a problem as I thought we did, but I was nervous about that. And then it was just a matter of like trying to fly this as smoothly as possible. which I didn't quite manage. And then I've got just a little bit of left wing down, so we end up walking outboard. It was better outboard than inboard, but that still wasn't ideal. And then I think I need a little more pull, maybe. No, probably not. And then we started that roll early, and because the loop is actually crowd left, we were really. It came really early, and so that creates problems for the next maneuver, which I'll debrief there. But I think this is probably a C, all things considered. It's just, I don't know, it felt weird. But I don't think anything was like horribly wrong about it. It's good shape.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, gotta be bullish on this rejoin because I've been strung out so many times. So I overdid it and overshot a little bit. Had to drop low and then tuck back in, and then as you rolled out, your jet just screamed away from me. So I was very sucked to start this, and I was like, oh wait, I always overshoot him over the top, so I eased a ton of power, and it still didn't matter. Still overshot you over the top of this maneuver. Got a little close, crossed your flight path, safety F. Glad to be here. Come down the hill. I was just trying to make sure not to get ahead of you, so I ended up being a little sucked, but but I was able to fly off of your wing very, very well through this maneuver. For the right-hand turn and the comeback left, I did the right power adjustments, so I was the most in during this as I have been. So all of that's significant improvement for next time.
Yeah. Well, you can grade it.
I F because I crossed your
Oh,
flight
right.
path.
Okay, so the loop right cross. So this all is a domino effect from the end of the section loop. I need to keep rolling right, I think.
Yep.
Basically.
I felt like it was not
Yeah, I felt
as
shallow. You
much
came back too
bank angle
early.
as you needed,
Yeah, and I needed to roll right, sadly, a little faster.
which is fine.
So that way we can get behind crowd more to come back around for this turn. Because I think the flatness of the turn, the height of it, and all that was great, but we weren't behind crowd enough.
Yeah.
So there was, I could see the hospital as they're coming around this corner. I was like, there's no way we're never going to make it. I could tighten this down for days and we're just never going to make it. So rather than try and maneuver crazy, I was just like, well, I'm just going to have to live with what I've given myself. So we were way outboard to inboard. And so that's a safety F. Glad to be here. We'll go through the rest of the maneuver though. All the rest of the decision making, I think, were pretty good, and I actually flew a pretty good maneuver, all things considered. The major problem is because the angle was weird, my sight references are off, and so going up the hill was early, and so we ended up being like quarter mile to almost a half mile to the right of crowd, which I knew was going to create all sorts of problems for you, but I was like, I just got to do my thing. And fly a really consistent maneuver, and I did from that point on, and the hit was pretty close. So yeah, F for that, but good adjustments to recover after I screwed up the setup.
Yeah. The rollout for this turn, I don't know how to handle it, and I'm not gonna care really that much about how to handle it until you get you do this in a way that you like. Then I'll start refining it, but as it is, I have no idea what the rollout rate's going to be. Just because of the nature of how we've been performing this maneuver up to this point. So that was sloppy. Up the hill was fine. I just was a little sucked. But then I locked in over the top and was completely locked in until the break, which was good. Was a little shallow on the brake roll, which is fine given how far right we were, and then I was just a mile ahead of you the whole way out and in, and was doing 470 crossing center point. And we still hit one right. Yeah, so not ideal. But all in all, I think I did pretty good given the hands that were dealt. I'm going to give myself a B. Moving on to the section tuck over break. Or sorry, section tuck under break, my bad. Don't ask me what the difference is between those two things. Yeah, I had a ton of smash, so I used off a bunch of power and then brought it back in the turn. The turn was nice and measured, and we rolled out right on line. Had all day to line this up, just a little bit of pull, and then solid roll and pull behind crowd, and I apparently didn't hit the right angle. That explains why I had so much. Look
Yep.
at this
Oh,
nonsense.
that explains so much.
All
Okay.
right. Well, okay. Well, that's F then. Dang it, because this was so good. Other than that. All right. Cool. F. It's not a
Yeah,
safety, but I'll fix it for next time. Glad to be
Yeah. I didn't pull hard enough in the clear from the loop break cross. I didn't need to hold 400 and pull for 400, and so it just took me longer to get in. I was way behind you compared to what I normally are, and I had a huge speed differential. So I was doing like 500 knots almost, and you're doing 300 something. Like, so I had a lot of G to play with to get in there, but it was just like I had very little time left in this turn to get in, and so I barely made it. It's not going to look like I'm hiding the jet until like the end game of this thing. And hopefully I get in the ballpark, but we'll see. I sucked on the roll, so I underrolled it and had kind of a weird angle for that. For the hit, this is that's a D. Yeah, it's a D. All right, overrolled it. Yeah, D.
All right. The flat, whatever it is. The flat pass. I was like, why am I so close, like, to these towers? I'm like usually like a good quarter mile left, like further left than I am. I was like, whatever, I'll just work it on the turn. And so I did. Ended up being right on the runway, right at 300. Added power to 80 and just sat there, and it was perfect, flat. Stuck it all the way through center point, and the clear was good. I'm not going to penalize myself for the F I already gave myself. The rest of this maneuver was a B+.
Yeah. So we're clearing. I'm like checking my speed. I'm looking over my shoulder off my left wing to try to find you above the city and out of the ground, break you out of the ground cutter. And I was like, I just can't see him. I'm like, where the hell is he? Is he low? Is he high? Where is he? Can't find him. And then you called a speed. You called 400, and I was like, all right, I'm at 400, so that's good. And you called 4 miles mark, and I was at 3. I was like, huh, okay. Something went weird. And then I looked in the sky, was like, well, if he's turning, I know where he's going to be, roughly speaking. And sure enough, there you were. So then it's like, all right, now I just got to, like, basically, like, seat of the pants eyeball this thing. And so I just, like, pulled real hard into you and kept my speed up. And then I was just fanning the boards in and out and, like, trying to work the throttles to get in. And I did pretty quickly, quicker than I thought. I thought it was like, there's no way I'm getting in, because he's going to speed up a little bit and then he's going to have whatever speed he's got on it, and it's going to be hard to get in. But I managed to get in so that I could even take it in for the actual maneuver itself inside the box. The mistake I made was I tried adding a little bit of trim to ease some control pressures right as we cross the threshold. So I do a little like bobble right as we're getting like close for the like photo pass part of it. So that is a bummer. So I'll give this one a C.
All right. So rolling behind crowd. The landing. The turn behind crowd was good, nice and measured. Trimming was decent, though I added some throttle in some weird places, which makes it challenging for you. Then this was a really good turn. Lined up pretty well, just a little bit of right to left, and then landing was weird. I definitely landed on top of you, but I was able to manage it, and taxi back was fine. I'm gonna give myself another B+ on this one. Oh no, I'm gonna give myself a B because of those weird commands in the trimming and power.
So this is a double F. I'll fix my safeties for next time. I'm glad to be here. Let's talk about where they happen. The first one is in this turn, where I did not get my lateral spacing correct and did not maintain it. So there's a point where you'll see, at least in the TAC view,
Yep.
your wing goes into my right engine thingy.
Uh-huh.
So that'll be interesting to see what that looks like on the track file. But that's a safety. I'll fix that one the next time. Glad to be here. Once I recovered from that thing, which I didn't notice when we were flying it, but looking at it now, I'm like, huh, interesting. I was trimming in the turn, and so when you were trimming, it was just a matter of easing pressures, and so it actually helped me stay closer to you than I've been when we've been doing those transitions in the past, so that was a good decision. I didn't catch power. You added power, and it was bringing power out, so I didn't overspeed, and so that was just a lapse that I could have caught. And I was actually flying pretty good form for this entire rest of it, but then I got lateral spacing wrong again on short final, and so that's why you landed on top of me. Yet another F. Fixed my safety. Glad to be here. And then I think because I was close to you and a variety of other things, that's why I screwed up the brakes and the. And I honestly, when we were coming down, I was like, do I put those the speed brake spoiler things out first, or do I do the boards first? I couldn't remember, and I'm pretty sure I normally do speed brakes and then boards when I start to catch you.
Yeah.
But I think because I was landing next to you, yeah, I don't know. I screwed that up too. So taxi back is fine, but double F for this. Fix my safeties, and I am glad to be here.
All right. Let's watch some replay.
Oh yeah, and then the parking. My nose got all screwed up.
Oh. Also,
You also got very slow in that
yes,
turn.
I
that
did.
final
That
turn.
is my bad. I'll fix that for next time.
I was like trying to match your turn rate, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing it!" And then I look over to my left once I get lined up on the plane director, and I was like, "Where'd he go?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shoot, he's back there."
My taxi throttle was just terrible today. It's just always bad the whole time. All right. First things first. Too loud. We're not going to watch the startup because I forgot to lock the brakes. If you have the mental space, it would be great if you could remind us to hold the brakes.
Oh, to hold the brakes? Yeah. I forgot. I didn't do it either. You'll notice. Both our noses will both be out of line.
Yoink. There we go. Yep. Huge bummer. There she goes. I was just taking it easy on the taxiing today.
Yep.
Not bad. Just safe.
Yeah, not bad.
Very, very safe. Here he comes. Nice.
Not as steady as.
Honestly, I'm amazed that you can get your gear up without overspeeding. Ooh, nice.
Well, the thing about it is you as soon as you know your gear's off the ground, that stuff's got to be coming up.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. If I'm late or something goes wrong, I typically get it stuck.
Good rolls, dude.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
I think this is the first time you've done both of those rolls
Yep.
well.
Yep, those look good.
Nice. Looks great, dude.
Yep, no, that was good.
That was a really good one.
That was a good one. If that low transition was just a little smoother, that would have been mint. It's interesting though. Like I felt like my timing for that was early on the rollout of it, like after the hit. But looking at the TAC view, I think it was about the same as yours because we were just a little early on the hit.
Yeah.
I remember thinking we had just passed, and then I was like, I'm going to fall out the sky. I need to unroll
Same.
out of this.
Not terrible,
No,
but not.
better that than overroll.
Yeah. It's just a little unstable. Look at how flat that is, though.
Yeah. Oh, well. Right, because I keep screwing that up.
Decent. Decent.
Yeah, a little more rudder, actually. Huh. That's so weird.
Yeah,
That's so weird. Yeah.
Let's go Blivet.
Woo. Nice rolling.
Yep.
Very high on the hit, though. Bummer.
Alright, let's get the boring part.
Come on, Leb. Get in the ballpark. Ah, early. Okay. That's like
That's
100,
wild.
probably 300 or 400 feet high.
That's wild.
That's probably a little outboard as well.
Yeah.
So I wonder if I come more over top of you,
Try and,
just a smidge higher.
try and hit me and see what happens. I think it's the
I could
strat.
try it. Yeah, we can try it.
Try and run into me, because you're not going to be early. Like, it's like racing, you know? Or, like, you know, if you try and hit the, you know, if you shoot for the gap, you're behind. If you shoot for the person, you're probably going to hit the gap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just aim for me and see what happens.
We'll try it. Yeah. We'll try next time.
And I just will trust that you're not going to run into me.
Yeah, you just gotta believe. Oh man, I thought I was gonna be hiding the jet. I didn't hide it at any point during that entire turn. All right, noted.
Good job. I'm trying not to push too hard because then you climb. Like,
Yep.
It's gonna have a little bit of sink in it,
Yep, that's fine.
just to be smooth.
Yep. Still haven't got the parallax yet because
That was
that's the
pretty good.
throttle
That
ability
was
that I
pretty
haven't got yet. That little wobble there. I didn't catch the power either. Alright.
I think, yeah. The power is probably fine, but if you scooched further right, then the parallax would have looked right.
Yep. It's scary though because we're so low. If I scooch far enough right when we're up on a wing.
You want to see scary? I will present you with scary.
I was flying this. I remember it.
I almost called no maneuver. I almost called knock it off, and as we were rolling.
I wondered if you would. We were coming down. It's like this is pretty steep. He's calling more pole. I know we need it. Does he have enough drive to recover?
I had more. I could get, but
Yeah, there's like I screwed. I got a little in a weird spot there. It's pretty low.
dang. Alright, and everyone's... So the one thing I was scared of here was that there's this crane over there.
Yep, and I almost hit it on one of the ones we done last time. And so as soon as you were like pulling out, we're correcting. Oh yeah, I missed your smoke off call. I forgot about that. Or smoke on call, and then I caught it.
Good altitude though.
Yeah. But yeah, I almost hit one of those cranes, or that
Oh, no.
particular crane on a previous one, and so I was like, that's one of the reasons why I got off in that turn. I was like, "Where's the crane? How low are we?"
Finally fixed my roll problem because the stab hog is on now.
Yeah. I wonder if you did just have it
I
off.
think I did.
And depending on where the power is, if you turn it on too early, it'll just turn itself back off.
Yep.
But usually it's like an immediate like switch.
Yeah.
It's not like it'll do it when you're not looking.
No, I wasn't looking at it. That's why I created that's why I created the revised checklist.
Oh, very high. You know, for all that, it wasn't a bad looking 4-point.
I was pretty lazy.
Yeah, it was very like measured. It was not snappy. But,
Also could have used to call it a little earlier. A4 doesn't drop out of the sky the same way the 18 does.
yeah, a wobble there.
Yeah, you could probably be a smidge flatter
Yeah, less arc.
because you've got enough pull at the peak.
Yep.
Yeah, we're way too early. I just didn't want to leave. I didn't want to keep the power in. Keep speeding up. That's part of the problem.
It's weird. I don't know if you feel this when you're flying line abreast. Like the sight picture sort of it doesn't change, but like I feel like my wing, I'm banking into you a little bit when I'm further back.
Uh-huh.
And then when I'm line abreast, I have to roll out bank to not fly into you.
I think it's just a
I don't know
mental thing.
why. Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm very used to that. Even the 18, I feel like I have to keep a little bit of...
I don't feel like I had that much problem as in the 18, but with this one, I'm struggling
I
more.
mean, it's more emphasized in this one, but... It doesn't look terrible.
No. It's just not quite abreast. I mean, your loop was like, the shape of the loop was fine. It's just we were fast. I wonder about like 420, because it's probably going to be sort of exponential.
Uh-huh.
Because if you're doing 440 knots and you go up the hill, you're going to lose even more, and so you're going to be slower over the top. If you're only at 420, like, do you understand what I'm saying about that?
Uh-huh.
So you might shoot for like halfway and see what that feels
No,
like.
420 should be fine. Like, it's worked before. It's just, I was too fast this time. That was fine. Barely gonna see your rolls. I don't think we're actually gonna see them at all.
Probably not. Oh, the hit was good though. Altitude was good.
Also, my rolls were too fast. Like, that's impressive, but also extremely weird. Imagine trying to fly this aircraft and keep your neck alive during those rolls. Like, the lateral G's would be nuts. I can't believe this is the first form flying I do in the whole show.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, see? I'll get there. Just dropped too much power. It's gonna look good. Eventually. Alright, let's see how my roll was. Yeah. You're almost there on the
On the what?
on the angle.
Yeah, I just need to be a little bit further
Right.
right.
Yeah. Starting to feel like it does in the real thing.
Yeah, that one looks really good.
Just got a little bit out and sucked right there. A cool looking jet.
Mm-hmm. There was a time when I didn't think it looked very cool. I do now. I don't know what changed. And it was a while ago. Like when I was a kid, I was like, whatever. F-14s are cooler.
I mean, they are, but
Yeah.
I will say, going between the F-14 and this thing, the F-14 feels like a mammoth.
Yeah, it feels like a huge, heavy, like, muscle car. Wow! That was incredible. Yeah, it's just a little late. Just a smidge.
So early. I need to go up with the threshold, which is I need to do my add it up as I'm on the other side of the stadium.
Just need to bring that pole in, Leb. Keep that pole coming.
Yep.
It's a cool maneuver, though.
I mean, the fact that we're doing it over there means you can actually see it.
Yeah, that's true. You know, if it's 10 feet higher, it doesn't look dangerous, but that low, it's just like, it's a little low.
Yep. I was like, why am I not pulling hard enough? I was like, oh, I still have the brakes in. Or the brakes out, so.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how you get more pull with that. I guess that's
It's
true,
the
though,
mod,
because...
dude. It's the mod.
Well, it's the mod, but also, like, so there's an aircraft that I fly called the Mini, and it has air brakes. Which look totally different. But like when you put them out, you get nose down like motion.
Well, the reason why the F-18 has the brake on the top is to try and counteract that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Generates
Yeah,
like drag on the rear of the aircraft, which lifts the.
Yeah, lifts the nose. Yeah. Tomcat's got it on both the top and the bottom.
Locked in now. Oh wait, no, this is the section.
No, this is
Never
the
mind, I'm not
section,
locked
yeah.
in at any point during this. I felt like you were coming into me the whole time.
No, I had the left wing down. I was actually walking away from you the whole time,
Weird.
just slightly. Well, I mean, except for right now when I start to roll
Yeah,
left
I was
or
right.
right.
I was right for you to go harder.
I'm gonna, like tomorrow when we fly on the right, so it'll be a quicker roll. Yeah,
see?
we need to come. Yeah, it's so early.
Yeah, but still, like, I caught you. I caught that roll,
Yeah.
so like, that was fine. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
and
it.
that roll back left is probably the right speed, but it's the roll right wasn't fast enough.
No, it felt good. The roll back left, like I was a little. I didn't get it right, but like, we've never rolled that fast before, but it felt comfortable. I just didn't quite catch your roll right. Little sucked. It's so tempting to overdo the inputs in the A4.
Yep.
Like in the 18, you can sling the throttle around and like fix your stuff. In the A4, you have to be so. I mean, sometimes you have to sling it, but then you have to like do some crazy jockeying to get back on.
Well, it's all about managing RPM, and the
Yeah.
RPM has like some inertia to it, so you're kind of like. It feels to me.
Oh, that was good break.
Nice break. It feels to me like like you have. How do I describe this?
Look at me finding
There's
the
like-
right angle.
Some spinning, like wheel or something
Flywheel,
that you
yeah,
can.
it's a flywheel feel.
Yeah, and so you like you connect to the flywheel. Just one right though, not bad, given how messy that was. But yeah, that flywheel feel where like once you get on the flywheel, then it spins it back up, but then you like come back off of it. And you're just sort of managing the flywheel. Yeah.
Feels like the flywheel is very heavy in this aircraft.
Yep.
Versus the 18 where it's very light.
Yep.
I remember when I was first flying the F-18, I felt like the throttle was so delayed. But what I was actually
Which is
feeling was the inertia
wild.
of the aircraft.
Yep.
Like, I didn't in a car like. Well, I think it's the absence of the brake. Because in cars you have brakes, right? Now in the A4, this thing has a brake and it's very effective.
Yeah.
Too effective, actually.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
Okay. I gotta be closer to you though.
Terrible.
I was so
I was
confused.
20 degrees shallow. I was on the wrong side of north. I was supposed to be 350 and I was 010.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the smoke. There we go. This was like, I was really happy with how I was able to hit 300 and just lock it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to do in this aircraft
Mm-hmm.
because of the flywheel problem.
Yep.
It's like in the 18, like if you're going up or down by a couple of knots, you just like tweak the throttle and instantaneously
Mm-hmm.
it's fixed.
Mm-hmm. And
Nope, never hit, but
It was close though.
very
right? Maybe right in
close.
here.
Nope. Nope.
Oh, it's so close. All right.
A little bit
Noted.
more lateral spacing. Ka-ching. Ka-chink. This was a good approach.
Mhm. I was so locked in if I hadn't just walked into you on the landing. Because I felt like I was wide earlier,
Wow.
and so I like tried to I tried to take it back in, and that was the mistake. I should have just held what I had. Right there.
Bank. And there you go. Alright, screw those guys.
You want the full Monty. See just how badly my nose wheel walked when I did full braking.
Yeah, unlike the 16 or unlike the 18 and especially the 16 where you can just stomp on it and that's part of the cool effect of it. And this thing have to be so gentle.
That's because it's the free casting nose wheel. Yeah. Which there should be enough inertia. I don't know.
But also, like, that means that the jet's imbalanced, which, I mean, I guess it is, looking at that ginormous fuel beam.
I will say, having, form planes that have free casting nose wheel and differential braking, it is kind of hard to get the nose to line up just right.
Yeah.
You have to get some forward motion to get it to do that. A little bit of forward motion to do it. But you can brake decently with your nose. I don't know.
Well, not terrible.
That was terrible. It felt like I was like 5 or 6 degrees off by the time I got things stopped. Really.
Still amazed that we can do this in DCS.
Yep, it's pretty cool.
I just want to say, everybody who's watching, which is not that many people, but doing stuff like this was like an unrealistic, like something that could never have happened when we were kids.
Nope.
Like, because of the way of network latency and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You could have done it split screen on
Yeah.
like a console something.
Mhm.
But then you got all those problems.
I mean, if there was a sim that would have done it, we would have done it. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
all right.
I mean, honestly, if there was a decent flight simulator that we could have done on the stuff that we had, obviously there's all the Jane's products that people remember so fondly, but our computer couldn't run them.
Yeah.
And our consoles didn't have good flight simulator stuff. So I would have done a lot more flight simulator stuff if there had been anything worth doing.
All right, folks. That's it for us today. Thanks for joining us. We'll be doing it same time tomorrow, but a shorter stream, probably. And we hope to see you then. Yeah, we'll see what comes of this tomorrow. See you, folks.